Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is an exciting week as you prepare for next week, which is the first official week of school and kindergarten for your child. So I'm sure there's lots of emotions at your house and lots of excitement and nerves. And we understand how exciting of a time this is for you. And again, we welcome you to Brook Elementary. I'm Dr. Moyer. This is the second installment of a several series of videos, which just give you some background information. Keep in mind that this Wednesday evening is our kindergarten orientation. All of you parents that have students in our AM kindergarten sessions with Mrs. Rickard and Mrs. Truex, we will see you at Brook at 5:30. 5:30 to 6:30 will be your session. And any student and family from the PM section will be 6:30 to 7:30. We welcome you and your child to come to kindergarten orientation. We will be doing some activities with the children and providing you with some information as parents to get you acclimated to our building and to get you ready for the first day of school, which is an exciting time. I would like to share that one of the things that we are working on, I believe we're going to be able to do this, is we will, while we don't have time, take students on a bus tour, which we used to do. It was always nice to have students get onto the school bus. We are hopeful, just like in the picture behind me, we are hopeful that we will have a school bus on hand, which would give you an opportunity, if your child is going to ride the bus, to get onto the school bus with your child and allow them to sit in a seat and allow you to sit with them and kind of talk about what the school bus is like. It is a little different for students. What we find is that most students, when they come to us, because they have always been in a vehicle with a car seat, the school bus is a very different experience. There are no car seats on the school bus. Initially, they feel a little scared that they could get injured. We definitely want to tell them, and you can certainly reiterate this, that the school buses are designed for safety, provided that they stay in their seats and they sit on their bottoms, which is what we tell them every day. But our hope is to have those school buses on hand to help you in that transition. I have just a few more pieces of information that I want to share. My previous video talked about all the people in the building, but I wanted to add a couple other additional pieces just so that you know a little bit about Brook. One of the key questions I get asked every year is about the safety and security of the school building. This is a topic that is very much on parents' minds. It's very much on my mind, and I know it's very much on the district's mind. So I just wanted to provide you a little information about how Spring-Ford does that and how we specifically approach that topic at Brook Elementary School. The first thing, and probably the most prevalent piece of our school security, is that we do have a Spring-Ford Area School District Police Department. We are graced with police officers that work for the school district, several of which cover our elementary buildings. They kind of circulate amongst the buildings. Officer Greenwood, who happens to be in the picture below me, is one of those elementary school police officers. We at Brook are lucky enough to have our building as his home base, his offices in our building. So if you drive by Brook, you may see a police car out front. That's often Officer Greenwood, kind of checking in and making sure that his emails are ready and he's ready to go. But he will be in and amongst the building with the students, tries to stop into lunch a lot. You'll see him at some of our events. He's very good with students. We really try hard to make the school police part of our community so that the students realize that they are helpers. They are not there to be scared of. They are there to help them. So we are very lucky to have Officer Greenwood and the entire school police department at our disposal. Our school is connected via radio through the district. So what that means is that most of our staff have a handheld radio. I have a handheld radio. They are directly connected to the school police across the district. So if a school police officer happens to be at the 9th grade building and we would need support, we could easily pick up the radio, or I typically have it on my hip. You'll see me outside. I have it on my hip. Our staff does the same. We can make a simple call and have resources at our disposal quite quickly. We do a lot of drills at Brook Elementary, and this you'll see or you'll hear through your children. We try to make them friendly as possible because we know we have young children and we know that they get scared very easily. And the goal is not to scare them, but the goal is to send the message that when we practice, if there were to be an emergency, we will be able to keep everybody safe. So we do monthly fire drills. We have severe weather drills, an interesting drill for us, but an important drill as the weather seems to be getting worse and worse outside. We do drill what we would do if we needed to get away from windows to keep kids safe. That's our severe weather drill. And we do have a series of drills called Alice drills, where we will practice locking down a classroom, locking down the school building, evacuating the school building. And these are drills that we do in the event that there would be an intruder on site that we needed to keep our staff and our students safe. We do have a rally point outside of the school building. We will practice walking to the rally point. It is part of our normal routine. When we do that, we'll give you some information about how you can support your children at home. But this is just an opportunity for us to teach our students that when we practice and we think about things, when an emergency comes up, we're prepared. And that's the goal is to not be scared, but be prepared. Ironically, that's the name of the picture book, student picture book that we will use to teach Alice to our students so that they don't get scared of the idea of an intruder in the building. Our building itself is quite secure. All of our exterior doors are locked. You cannot enter the building unless you come through our main office. And when you come through our main office, we have a double buzzer entry system, which means you need to buzz in. You will typically get one of the secretaries who will ask you your name and what your purpose in the school building is. Once you get through the first set of buzzer doors, you will have to buzz in a second time, which just allows us an extra layer of security for entry into the school building. Once you enter our main office, no visitor is permitted to leave our main office and go out amongst the school building unless they have what's called a Raptor badge. You will need to bring your driver's license. We have a system that we scan your badge. It does a very, very brief background check to make sure that you are okay to be in our school building. You will then be issued a name tag, which you must wear around our school building at all times. So we have several different things in place to keep you safe and to keep our students and our staff safe as well. If you are someone who wants to help or volunteer on a more regular basis with students, you also will need to go through a process of getting your clearances. If you go to the Spring-Ford area website, sfasd.org, there is a series of information on things you would need to get in order to get your clearances, and you'll need to do that. It takes a little bit of time. So if you're looking to come in and help in the classroom or go on a field trip, you'll certainly want to start that process as soon as possible. We also have some extra supports on site. We have a school nurse. She is in our building every day of the week. She's a full-time employee of the school building. Her name is Mrs. Knapp. She serves a huge purpose for us because while we are an elementary school, and we get plenty of bumps and bruises and scraped knees and bumped elbows and things along those lines, we also want to make sure that our students are proactive with their health. So she is responsible for making sure that all of our students have the appropriate immunizations. She keeps track of any medications. If your child will need to take medication while they're at school, you're going to want to provide us that information. And Mrs. Knapp is going to be your go-to person. There are forms you'll need to fill out and then provide us some information about how to safely provide your child with medication. In addition, she keeps track of all allergies. We have lots of students with allergies, some minor and some very significant allergies. So she keeps track of all that, communicates that to our school building. She also is responsible for the day-to-day maintenance of medical things. While I say that, she is not an urgent care. So if your child gets injured in the evening or your child twists their leg or falls off of a trampoline at night, please don't send them into school and say, go see the nurse, because that is not necessarily what she is here for. That would be something that you should probably attend to with the emergency care. So, but Mrs. Knapp will also do all of our eye screenings and our hearing tests and heights and weights, and she does BMI testing. She does a lot of things to make sure that our students are physically healthy so that then we can get the most out of them academically. So those are just two of our big resources I wanted to share with you. Again, it's great to be with you and provide you additional information. I will get to meet you on Wednesday at kindergarten orientation. Hopefully at this point, you've already heard from your classroom teacher, so you know what supplies to get. And I am certainly open and welcome to any questions that you have on Wednesday evening. And again, welcome to Brook Elementary. It seems like the summer has flown by. I know this week is going to go by as well. So I'll see you Wednesday. And if I don't see you Wednesday, I'll see your children next Monday, the first day of school. Have a great afternoon. Take care.